If you want to learn more about optical transport concepts and Juniper Network's optical transport offerings, be sure to check out the Complete Optical Transport Primer e-learning series on Juniper Education's learning portal and Juniper Network's instructor-led Packet Optical Transport Workshop Open Line Systems. And now, to the Learning Byte. Hello and welcome to this Learning Byte. Our topic is creating a wavelength optical transport service on Juniper's proNX Optical Director, or POD. My name is Meir Petler, and I am with the Education Services Department at Juniper Networks. Let's get started. After successfully completing this learning byte, you will be able to describe the process of defining a wavelength transport service from an endpoint in one site to an endpoint in another site on the optical network using the proNX Optical Director. You will also be able to explain how a user can track the progress and verify the success of the service creation process using the POD administration log and the monitor screen. This is the example network that we are going to be using in our demonstration. This is a 3-node ring. Each node is a 2-degree ROADM node, and we are going to create a transport service for a specific wavelength that will originate in node 1, be cross-connected through node 2, and terminate on the west-looking ROADM in node 3. All of our nodes are currently under the control of the proNX Optical Director, and they are ready to provide service. Let's start. In order to create our new transport service, we have logged into the proNX Optical Director. We are now at the dashboard screen of the Optical Director, and first let's take a look at our network. Going to the monitor screen, we can see that we have a ring containing 3 sites. One site in Ottawa, one site in Boston, the other site in New York. And we can actually see that in this ring, the connection between Ottawa and New York is green, meaning the link is up, and the connections between Ottawa and Boston and New York are down. And the reason they are down is there is absolutely no payload right now on those links. There's no light, the ports see no light, so we get an error indication. There's no OSC on those links. So once we create our link, and the link that we are going to create is from Ottawa to New York via Boston, we are going to actually put light on those links, and that will bring them to life and turn them green. So in order to define our new transport service, we need to go to the Network tab, and in the Network tab, we are going to be working in the Services area, and we are going to select Create a Service. When we create a service, we need to define the source for the service, which port on which site is it going to originate in, and the destination of the service, on which port, on which site do we want the service to terminate. The system will do the rest. It will select the path, it will propose multiple paths if those are available. So, in our case, we want to go from a source site in Ottawa, and we are going to select in Ottawa that we are going to go out of the west ROADM, and the endpoint where this service is going to originate is going to be port 1 of the West ROADM. Our destination is going to be in New York, and we are going to ask to terminate in the West ROADM in New York, the ROADM that is looking to the direction of Boston. Our endpoint is also going to be port U1. Now it is asking me for a wavelength. I will select channel 1, and I can give it a name, and the name will be Ottawa to New York via Boston channel 1. You can see that it actually found a valid path between those two sites. It's telling me that it's going to have a path with 4 hops between them, and it's actually drawing me the path, indicating, by the way, that the links are down right now between Ottawa and Boston and between Boston and New York. Those will become alive once we put the payload on the system. So let's click create. And if we want to see the creation process, we can go to the administration tab and we can see that we have created this service and the status is success. If we go back into our network tab, into the provisioned services, we can see that our service Ottawa to New York has been created and it is full of alarms. These alarms will go away once the links come up between the sites. Well, a little time has passed. The alarms have all cleared out. If we go to the monitor screen, we can see that all of our links are up now. And our service is operating, and to prove that, we can go to the network site, highlight the service, click View, and it shows me that the service end-to-end is green and that there are no alarms anywhere throughout the path that this service is taking. So right now there is a channel 1 service between port 11U1 in Ottawa and port 11U1 in New York, cross-connected through Boston. I didn't need to define the cross-connect myself. The pod did it for me. To recap, in this learning byte, we describe the process of defining a wavelength transport service from an endpoint in one site to an endpoint in another site on the optical network using the proNX Optical Director, and we explained how a user can track the progress and verify the success of the service creation process and of the resulting service using the pod administration log and the monitor screens. That concludes our learning byte. Thank you very much for watching.
Visit the Juniper Education Services website to learn more about courses. View our full range of classroom, online, and e-learning courses. Learning paths, industry segment and technology-specific training paths. Juniper Networks Certification Program, the ultimate demonstration of your competence. And the training community, from forums to social media. Join the discussion.